Hey guys, Matt here from One Guy One Album. I know it's been quite a while since I posted that first episode, but I'm back and hoping to make this a more regular thing again. Today we're going to be tracking drums for a song that I've been working on. So you can see the drum set behind me. I've got it all mic'd up already, and I'm going to show you guys how I position my microphones. Microphone positioning is pretty important in a small room like this because the room affects the sound so much. But let's go around to each mic and talk about what I'm doing here. So the first two mics I should mention are the overhead mics. Those are the most important microphones in a small room like this. That's these two up here. So I've got them arranged in what's called a spaced pair. There's other configurations you can use, but this is what I've found sounds best in this room. The most important thing with these mics is that you want them to be equidistant from the snare drum. So the best way to check that is by actually using measuring tape. So you'll place the end of it down in the center of the snare drum, run it across to your microphone, and then when you swing it across to the other microphone, it should be the same distance away. So now looking over to the left side of the kit over here, you can see a variety of microphones set up. On my main snare and my auxiliary snare, they're both mic'd by Shure SM57s, and they're about 3 inches above the drum, an inch or so in from the rim pointed to the center of the drum. On the hi-hat, I've got a Shure SM7B. It's a great mic for miking hi-hats. Sounds really good. And on each of the toms, I've got what's called a Sennheiser E604. Great little tom mics. They're mounted actually directly onto the rim using a clamp, and I've got one of those on each of the rack toms. And looking over to the right hand side of the kit now, I've got two more of those Sennheiser E604s right here on the floor toms. And there's also another small diaphragm microphone on the ride cymbal, just getting a little bit more of the ping from the stick. That'll be really subtle in the mix of the song, but there's just the three mics on that side in addition to the overhead. So down on the kick drum here, we've got Shure Beta 52. This is on a mic stand going about 4 or 5 inches inside the kick drum head. And this is a homemade version of what's called a Yamaha sub-kick. Picks up the really low frequencies off the kick drum and just gives it that little extra boom. So that pretty much covers all the mics that are on the actual drums. There is one other mic involved in this process, and I'll show you guys where that is right now. So we just walk through this little door over here, which is my gym setup. And in this room, you can see there's a microphone right there. If it focuses, there we go. So that mic is just picking up a lot of the ambient noise from the drums in the room next door. So it actually picks up a lot of the extra boom, extra echo, and gives it a big room feel in a small room. So one of the most time-consuming parts of recording yourself without anyone else here to control the computer side of things is getting up and down from the drums, coming over to the computer, pressing start, pressing stop, all that whole process of making changes while all you want to be doing is actually playing. So I use a program called Logic Pro for Mac, and one of the great features it has is that it actually has an app. See if you can see that. There we go. An app for your smartphone where you can actually start, stop, and record remotely, which is pretty awesome. So you can see I've got the app open here with all the various controls that I can use. So it's up on my computer over there, and from the app I can hit play and it'll actually start playing on the computer. Then if I want to stop, just hit stop. And recording is the same thing. Hit record, it'll actually start recording over there. You can see the red lines forming on the screen. That's the recording of the microphones from the drums. And then if I screw up, which I undoubtedly will, just hit stop, and I've set up a button here where I can actually just delete everything that I just recorded, just like that, hit back, start the process all over again. So I keep that mounted just right there next to my snare drum so that it's easy to control from where I drum.